people, Madhu, you know, of course, Rakesh has had a great influence on you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Tell us a bit about the influence that he had on you. It was late 90s that you met him?
Yeah, I met him in 1998.
Okay.
And I think he actually changed the way I thought about the markets when I met him for the first time.
Okay.
Because, you know...
In what capacity did you meet him?
I went, actually I was working as a broker in Peregrine.
Okay.
So we had some lots to sell about United Beverages and United Spirits, and I went and approached him as to why don't you buy it, and he actually bought it. And he made a lot of money on that company. But, you know, I used to think it is all about information, it is all about knowing people, and it has a major role. But I think when I interacted with Rakesh Bhaiya, actually I got to know as to what is this real long-term story which we are talking about. How do you look at companies? How do you look at businesses? How do you develop understanding about some of these intricacies of the market which actually succeed in the long run? To be honest with you, I actually told him that I have a fund manager friend who can buy this particular company which you are holding and it can influence the price. So he told me that, you know, ladki agar achhi hogi to bihane wale bahut mil jayenge.
That's the point he has made on the channel as well.
And subsequently then I came in touch with Amitabh Junjunwala, who is Rakesh's uncle, who is currently my boss. He has had a tremendous influence in my life, very candidly. Because, you know, again, he actually held my hand in very early years, gave all the authority, all the freedom which was required to succeed in the mutual fund. And very approachable, every time you approach, never screams if you made a mistake. So I think that was extremely required. And then...
So I've had a couple of interactions with Amitabh Junjunwala and they were quite good. Madhu, I must say that. Apart from them, you worked with Ramdev. You worked with, of course, your current partner, of course, is Sunil Singhal. We all know that you work as a team. Tell us a bit about the influence or the kind of partnership you've had with Sunil or maybe Ramdev earlier.
So, see, Ramdev ke saath equation was very good. That we had a fantastic, and actually in those days, I was the first one to start the institutional broking of Motilal Oswal. So we ran, got the empanelments and this, that. So there was a lot of learning. And again, Ramdev being a value investor, and he looks at the way differently companies. So we set up the research department. We hired Nirmal Jain from Hindustan Lever. So those were absolutely fun days, full of excitement. You know,
good to see them also, you know, grow up so much.
I am so proud. Always I say that, you know, this was an institution. I can't say a founder member, but somewhat, you know, a very important member in very, very early years of their life. Sunil, of course, is more a friend than a colleague, and he is my balancing factor. Whenever मैं बहुत ज़्यादा तेजी में आ जाता हूँ ना, तो I have to go and meet him.
And when you're very bearish, then also you go and meet him.
I go and meet him. So he will end up balancing. He'll put some kind of a sense, and always he has the ability to come with something very striking. That is the best part of Sunil, is that you take any company and he can come up with something which you can't think. So I enjoy interacting with him.
Okay, that's good to know. Madhu, let's talk a bit about some of your other passions. You are a big Kishore Kumar fan, I believe. Mukesh fan.
Absolutely.
Okay, so what's your favorite song?
A lot of them, but I like this song, Jo Tumko Hai Pasand Wahi Baat Karen.
Jo Tumko Ho Pasand. So why don't you sing a couple of lines for us?
Let me attempt.
Okay.
Jo Tumko Ho Pasand Wahi Baat Kahenge, Tum Din Ko Agar Raat Kaho Raat Kahenge, Jo Tumko Ho Pasand Wahi Baat Kahenge. So Mukesh songs had phenomenal meanings. You will find every song of Mukesh has such deep meaning and such deep messages.
Yes, I mean, he got a bit typecast in sad songs, but there was more to Mukesh.
Than
just, you know, sad song. I mean, there's so many good songs. This is not a sad song, for example. This is just such a cheerful song. And there's so many of them, Madhu, that Mukesh, of course, was singing. Okay, so that's about your favorite singer. who do you like, in the film fraternity or sports? Someone who's been, your role model as well.
I've been a great admirer of Mr. Bachchan.
Okay.
That, I watched his movies. But more because of what he has done in life.
Yeah.
Less, obviously, his acting is phenomenal. But you see his success story and the way he is maintained. Being successful is one thing,
yes,
but maintaining success at the peak for so many years, I really, really admire him.
Okay.
And on the sports side, Sachin Tendulkar.
Okay.
He is
again for same
hero.
reason?
Again for same reason. To get into a sport at 16 years, you can consistently play for 25 years without a controversy.
Yes.
Absolute phenomenal.
Okay. So there's a big debate going on right now that can Virat Kohli actually go and do one better than Sachin Tendulkar? Do you see Virat Kohli actually living up to the same standards?
I think Virat Kohli will do well, but I don't know whether he will have the same aura as Sachin had.
I mean, of course, a different personality.
Exactly, completely different personality. And I spoke in a very different context. Virat Kohli is a good player, but I have not followed his life as much as I did Sachin's life.
Madhu, since you were here at KG Somaiya Institute, and I saw so many young students, so thrilled to see you, someone who from the alumni, has done so well, and I believe you gave them some teachings about stock market.
Yeah, I was a chief guest.
Yes.
It was really a phenomenal feeling that institute where you struggle to get admission, you're being called as a chief guest. So it was a good feeling. So I was.
So what are the key two or three teachings for young minds getting into stock market?
So I just said, Anuj, first thing is not even in stock market. You have to first understand what are you passionate about. What is it which you can do rest of your life. And I think 50% of the battle is won, whether it is stock market or anything else in life.
Yes.
Then you need to have a lot of perseverance, and you should be willing to work extremely hard. Because I do not think there are any shortcuts to success.
Yes.
Whatever shortcut success which comes, it comes
it
and
stays
goes.
for a short time.
And so these are the 2-3 things which I actually overemphasized. And then I said that, to achieve success and remain grounded, that humility is what will ensure that you have bigger success. You have heard this saying, आजकल ना चाय से गरम केटली है. So, people achieve a little bit of success and they start flying. But I have, whatever life, I've seen Radhakishan Damani or Nimesh Shah, people who have made such enormous success in the market, but still have remained so grounded.
Yes.
And
what do you think keeps them grounded, and what do you think keeps you grounded, Madhu? You always come across as a very humble man.
Yeah.
What keeps you grounded despite making so much money in stock market?
I think, Anuj, because of my company, because I got my teachings from people like I described you.
Yes.
And I strongly believe that, what are you going to be proud of?
Yes.
Money or position? It is a very fluid thing. It can come and go. Though, you cannot... And what are you showing? What are you going to show off? There is always someone who has done far better than you, 100 times better than you. So I do not always ever believe that you should ever be, very cocky.
Does this thought ever occur to you, Madhu, that you've been such a great stock picker? Divi's, Jindal Steel. I mean, we can go on and on. Does this occur to you that instead of running the money for a fund, if I was running the money for myself, I would be among the richest people. Does that thought come to you?
No, it never came. To be honest with you, because I enjoyed my job. See, the important thing is when we all die, we are not going to leave anything. We are going to all go. It's the thrill, it's the journey, it's the fun which you had while you were doing it. And I said the creation of, if I am alive till 80 years old, the only thing which I will end up telling my grandchildren was all about RMF. As to how we created it, what was the fun. And all my colleagues who worked so closely in creating such an institution. I don't know whether I would have got that if I was on my own.
What are your plans for your kids, Madhu? Or would you let them just choose their own path?
I would want that they should actually be discovering what they are good at, and they should live their life freely. If I worked so hard, and that is that much economic freedom they have, that they should be in a position to choose what exactly they want to do, and they should be in a position to do that.
Do they respect money like you did, because you grew up with so few means, but of course they have grown up with Far better means.
My wife ensures that they respect money. So she will not buy branded clothes for them. She will ensure that they have count of pennies.
Okay.
So early years are good. I don't know what life has ahead of them. But I'm sure, because of the culture which you have at home, I don't expect they will turn otherwise.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Madhu, thank you so much for talking to us. Not just about yourself, but about everything that impacted your life, right from your childhood to your successful days right now. Thank you so much. It
Thanks
was
a lot.
a real pleasure talking to you.